What is up, everybody? It's Mamba. I am back with another Nightfall guide for you. This one is Devil's Lair. It is an amazing Nightfall to farm by yourself at 1570, 1600. This guide I'm about to show you, I got through this in about 14 minutes, 15 minutes. I know it's kind of long, but solo, that's pretty good. So I'm using my Titan, doing Arc 3.0. I'm running Thunderclash, Pulse Grenades, and Heart of Inmost Light build. And it's also, I believe, called Arc Crystals or something like that, where you get your abilities back in like 3 seconds. When you first enter this area, you're gonna go to the far back to start the strike. You're gonna have one champion. Don't forget to hit him if you're trying to go for the platinum medal. Always hit him first, kill him, push him down, run through this hallway, and you're gonna clear out all these ads. And there's gonna be one more champion in here, which is a barrier champion. I suggest running the, if you have Wish Enders, use Wish Enders. If you don't have Wish Ender, run the sniper build or a scout rifle build. It's up to you. The only reason I'm running the sniper build is because at the end there are servitors that need damage to be put into them really quickly for the boss. So it's up to you if you want to run Wish Ender or the sniper rifle anti-barrier, the scout rifle anti-barrier. It's up to you. Once you enter this room, you're going to have one more overload champion. Hit him with a grenade, hit him with a Monarque. I was running a Monarque. Just take him down as quick as possible. You're going to have a lot of hive enemies and some fallen enemies with solar shields. I suggest either letting your grenade do the most damage to the shields, because it is highly resistant, but I wasn't noticing much of a difference if I was using a solar weapon or just tossing my grenades out and doing lots of damage to said enemies to take out their solar shields. If you watch the build at the beginning, I am running assets to assets, so that means every time I throw a grenade, I'm getting some super energy back really quickly. Like you notice right there, I just got a massive, almost a quarter bar worth of my super back just from the amount of enemies that were killed by my grenade. So it's up to you guys what you want to run. I suggest the build that I'm using. I was able to get my super up numerous amount of times, take a lot of damage, and keep going. Now for this next part, there is 3 waves of enemies, give or take 3 waves of enemies that come out. It's going to be Fallen at first, then Hive, then Fallen and Hive for the last one. I suggest sitting back here where I just jumped up to. I was able to have a vantage point, and I was able to chuck out as many grenades as I wanted to and just take out enemies because they cluster up and they don't jump up near you. So they kind of just sit back about 10 feet. Just throw out as many grenades as you want. The jolt will just take care of the rest, and you'll see in a minute when I talk about that solar shield problem. There's not much of a solar shield problem. It's just making sure your grenades hit certain enemies. Like this captain back here was giving me crap because he just kept jumping every time I threw a grenade, and finally I just kind of got mad and just walked over there and hit him with it. But you're gonna have vandals in the back who are gonna snipe at you. This is where the sniper rifle and or bow comes in handy, because you can just kind of sit behind this container. They can't hit you in the head, but you can hit them in the head. And like here I showed you, the solar shields really don't matter with the amount of arc damage you're pushing out. They will just kind of just get waylaid. Like you'll see in a second, boom, 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 boom. Like they had highly resistant solar shields, not really doing much. So sit in the back here, throw as many grenades as you want, pop a super if you want, do what you can. Just don't die back here because you got to restart the whole encounter over again. But sit back here on this catwalk behind these containers, and you guys will push through this in like 3 or 4 minutes. Once the second wave comes out, it will be Hive and Fallen. What you'll notice is they actually attack each other right here on the left side. So if you're using Storm Grenade or Pulse Grenade, you can throw out a Storm Grenade or Pulse Grenade and it will just literally jolt every enemy right there and take them out. So I didn't have to do much except let them fight each other while my grenade was doing most of the damage. So that's a good tip for you guys to know. You will have a few knights pop up. There is one anti-barrier and one overload, I believe, with each wave, the second and third wave. So just take them out, like I just saw right there. My grenade did most of the damage. Popped his shield with my sniper rifle. Boom, hit him with the grenade. He's dead. He's gone. Move on to the next part. You will have 2 Vandals that will spawn in the far back to the left on that cylinder area. Throw a grenade. You can arc it that far or just hit him with a sniper rifle. It's up to you guys. And once you hit most of the heavy enemies out, then the shanks come out to try and like suppress you out. Just sit behind the container, throw a grenade, move around. Sit behind the container, throw a grenade, move around. That should help you guys. I hope that does help. Alright, so once you guys clear that wave event, those 3 waves of enemies, you're going to go against one more Overload champion, and you're going to come out to this massive open area. There's going to be 2 barrier champions, and I believe 2 Overload champions that will come out during certain waves and certain phases of the walker fight. The first barrier champion is going to be right here. I suggest throwing a storm grenade or arc grenade to try and just draw them all together. And then once this barrier pops up, break it, throw another grenade, and you should be able to just wipe them out. You're going to have another Overload down here. Throw a grenade, try and kill him as fast as possible because there is a brig that is sitting and watching along with multiple Vandal snipers. So I suggest this is where the bow comes in. You can take out all the snipers so you don't get tagged randomly. Throw a bunch of grenades right at the brig. Don't worry about its damage coming at you. Your grenades will take it down just as fast as if you're hitting it with heavy weapons or your super. You're going to have another barrier sitting right here in the middle. Hit him a couple times with a grenade. He's going to pop his shield. Boom. Pop his shield out. Hit him with another grenade, run off. Your grenade will do the rest of the damage since it's arc burn. You'll have a secondary brig over here. Again, same thing with the first one. Throw a bunch of grenades. Maybe hit it with your Monarque if you're trying to get the poison on it. Hit it a couple times. Boom, boom, boom. It's going down in an instant. You're going to have a bunch of enemies to your far left and your far right. The ones on the far right are all Vandal snipers. The ones on the far left are dregs and captains. Do not get close because those captains will annihilate you if they get in close. Keep throwing your grenades at the walker. As you notice, I'm doing about 10 to 12,000 damage per tick on the walker with my pulse grenades. Every time a pulse grenade is up, just chuck it. Just arc it, get it close. It doesn't have to be on it. It will just jolt right to it. It will blow up its legs. It will do damage to its regular spot. Hit it with a heavy if you got one. And then in the middle, after you get it down to about half health, an Overload will spawn. I threw a grenade. It stunned him, supered him right out of it. You're going to have a few invisible guys coming after you. Take them out. Go right back to hitting the walker. I think I threw 2 or 3 more grenades, and it just instantly wiped it out. Once the walker's down, you're going to have a few stragglers. Take them out if you want to. The big one you got to worry about is once this gate opens, there will be an Overload and about 5 enemies with them. Chuck out a grenade, but sometimes the grenade will not tag him because he can jolt right through it or jump right through it. Take him out, and you're going to run through this place. You're going to get to the boss fight. Alright, you are now at the boss fight. It's Sepix Prime. It is Arc Burn. Once you see his shield's about to really go in after that immune part, throw a couple grenades, do some heavy damage to him. You're going to want to stick in this stairwell and down below. There are so many enemies that can pop up and hit you, but what you got going for you is that you can do jolting damage, or jolting with your grenades, and it will just arc across all enemies. Now, the reason I'm using the Monarque, or if you really want to get down to it, is there is 4 servitors with void shields. You want to pop their shields with the Monarque, throw a pulse grenade. I tried doing this with storm grenades, and I found that the tracking on the storm grenade didn't work out real well. But since you can stick someone, or stick an enemy, with a pulse grenade, do your best to try and break their shield, and then arc a pulse grenade up there and kill them. That's what I found was the best. The first time I did this, I did it with storm grenade. It took me way longer to use storm grenade than it did to do with pulse grenades. So take them out with the Monarque or any type of void, whatever you want to use. I use the Monarque because it just had intrinsic overload, just on the offhand chance my grenades didn't do the damage I wanted to do. If you have a Vorpal Spyglass or a Tarantula linear fusion rifle, it is perfect for this strike. I was doing almost 60,000 per hit, per crit, each time I hit with this linear fusion rifle. So I suggest using it. I was doing a lot of damage with it, and it helped out a lot. I did die right here because I was an idiot. I almost had a solo flawless, but it's all good. It happens. So after I died and respawned, I used my super. It takes out almost a full third. It does take a full third of Sepix Prime's health if you're using Thundercrash. I don't know about Gathering Storm. I haven't tried it on my Hunter yet, but I did the same thing again with my Monarque and my pulse grenades. I would shoot, break the barrier on the servitor, throw a pulse grenade, shoot, break a barrier, throw a pulse grenade, boom. It would kill. Each servitor was 1 pulse grenade, so I didn't have to worry about getting a multiple on them at once. It also helped with them weirdly spacing and like phasing out. So that's a good tip to you guys to know. I got one more right there. Gonna throw it. Boom, boom, boom. And like I said, I just missed. But just make sure you can. If you're good at arcing grenades, you can get this done a lot faster than I can. This would have been done at like 12 minutes if I wouldn't have died on that last run. And then you're gonna do the same thing again. He's gonna run away, sit in the back, hit him with your linear fusion rifle if you got one. Watch for enemies, throw a grenade. Watch for enemies, throw a grenade. And you guys should get through this way faster than I did. I was doing this safely. If you're going to do it half-cocked and just be a badass about it, I suggest doing it. You can probably get away with it because you guys are probably a lot better than I am at this game. So I hope this guide helped, and I'll let the rest of this video go. I didn't get an exotic, unfortunately, but you definitely can use this guide for a master run as well. Just play it safe because the overload and the anti-barriers can definitely take way more damage, and you would need to throw multiple grenades to kill each one. So I definitely suggest a few things with intrinsic, anti-barrier, and overload for a master run. So I hope you guys like this guide. If you do, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.